Hi, my name is Alex Lu. I'm a student of the ELC, which means the English Language Center of University of Denver. The reason why I take this video is to share my experience of observing the American classes so that you can understand the American culture in the class better. So let's talk about the class I observed. It was a business class named Gateway to the Business, and the number of the class is 3092. Before I attended this class, I emailed the professor named Donald J. McCarberry to get the permission of observing. I have to say it's hard to get such permission since the most professor I contacted did not reply me. After that, I attended the class at 10 a.m. on February 20th and listened for 1 hour. Actually, I got to the classroom a little earlier so that I could know what the American students will do before the class. They either talked with each other or using their smartphones instead of using their computer. It's pretty different with the Chinese student since they usually surf on the internet before the class. And then a few minutes later, the class began. It was a lecture class, and the student opened their laptops to take some notes or do something I don't know. There were only a few interactions that were mostly students asking questions, and during the part of the class I attended, there is no more interactions between the professor and the students. After about an hour's observation, I left the class. In my opinion, the most impressive thing is that the atmosphere is pretty relaxed in the class. Because I'm not saying it is not relaxed in China. What I mean is that compared with the college students in China, the students in the US focus more on their class instead of the other things in the class. I think it may be because after 9 years of nervous study in China, the most Chinese students will easily distracted by the smartphones or laptops. I think relaxed and focusing may be a part of the American university culture. And another point I found is that the friendly relationship between the student and the professor. For example, the student can ask the professor questions at any time in a proper or and respectful way. However, in China, the only time for student ask professors questions is after class. I think it's actually a kind of wasting time for the student and the professor if you choose to use your free time to ask questions. Before I went to this class, I used to think that the American class is full of interactions and discussions. I have to say that I'm a little disappointed and surprised since there is only a few interactions. Maybe if I change the class, if the class is not a lecture, the things will change. Another thing surprised me is that No one was late for this class because it's almost unbelievable in China science that all the students attend in the class on time. I think it's a way that the students show their respect to their professor. At last, I want to say that the American university is totally different with the culture in Chinese campus. I'm not going to say that the Chinese students have more passion on studies and I have just observed one class, but they do focus more on the, their start. They do focus more than the students in my country and show more respect to the professor. I think maybe that's why the education industry in the US is more developed. Thanks for watching.